Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Issues on Voice of the People TV, where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Jerry Alpelionhai. Today on the issues, we'll break down the political decisions, controversies, and policy shifts shaping Nigerians' present and future. In the political arena, presidential aide Daniel Bwala has stirred the debate with his blunt assessment that P2B's road to 2027 may be blocked by the Labour Party, ADC, and PDP alike, and that even a vice presidential slot could be out of reach. From politics to public perception, and a heated row has erupted over the federal government's decision to appoint a Fuji musician and icon, talking about Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, popularly known as Comwan, as an ambassador for airport security protocols. A move former lawmaker Danchung Bagos says could reward bad behavior and undermine aviation discipline. And in education policy, the Federal Executive Council has drawn a firm line, approving a 7-year freeze on the creation of new federal tertiary institutions. The government says the focus must now shift to improving existing schools rather than multiplying poorly subscribed ones that drain public funds and weaken academic quality. Stay tuned. After this short break, we'll dig deeper into this topic some more. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. Presidential aide Daniel Bwala has declared that former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi will not clinch the presidential ticket of the Labour Party, African Democratic Congress ADC, or the People's Democratic Party ahead of the 2027 elections. Speaking on TV on Daniel Bwala, who serves as special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on policy communication, argued that Obi, who came second in the 2023 polls with over 6 million votes, will also likely fail to secure a vice presidential slot in any of the three parties. Bola maintained that the political dynamics and internal structures of the parties make Obi's chances slim, suggesting that his political influence has diminished since the last election. We'll take a listen from Daniel Bola and proceed with more on the issues. I understand that we're still yet to get the words of Daniel Bola in this situation, but when we get that, we'll be able to bring that to you. But today, I'm delighted to be joined by two esteemed guests. Here in the studio, we have Dr. Peter Nasike. Dr. Nasike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. Joining us virtually is Chris Paul Otaiwe, an international correspondent based in Sierra Leone. Great to have you join us on the issues once again. All right, we understand that Chris Paul Otaiwe is here to join us from Sierra Leone. But let me take Dr. Anosuke. Can Daniel Bwala really be taken seriously when he jumped from Atiku's camp to Tinubu's camp overnight? He's just been someone who is a fair weather, will I say fair weather analyst or whatever you take a look at it.
I don't know who made Daniel Bwala a prophet or a seer. To know who will be and who will not be. So I don't have that knowledge that is a seer. But the issue is this. All of them are afraid of Obi. All of them are afraid of Obi because they know that what will happen in 2027 with Obi's influence is going to be worse than what happened in 2023. And so imagine every one of them are now saying that it will be won 2023. Didn't Daniel Bwala heard what Yarofai said, what Baba Chia said, what Rutemi Amechi said? All of them testified that Peter Obi won 2023. And the condition of Nigerians in 2023 was not as tough as what it is now, and will be worse in 2027. So this is their fear. So there's what is going on now, Operation codenamed Stop Peter Obi at all costs. So that's the game that APC is playing, because Peter Obi is their nightmare. Peter Obi is their nightmare. In the morning, I watched a video of what was happening in Peter Obi's house in UK. Thousands of Nigerians heard that Peter Obi is around, and within just 1 hour, everywhere was filled up. And you know how UK is. People are paid that on hourly basis. So for people to leave their job and come just because Peter Obi is around, show you how people, Jonathan is coming to PDP in 2027. It's not PDP, it is APC. Because they want to give the impression that PDP is going to be revived. So to stop people from going over to ADC. But 2027 is not going to be about a political party. It's going to be about suffering Nigerian masses and APC. It is going to be a referendum on Tinubu's stewardship. So it's not going to be whether somebody is in ADC, PDP, or LP. So Daniel Bwala is just a hungry man trying to see what to eat. And now he's getting that from Tinubu. So he's ready to say anything that will make Tinubu happy.
All right, ready to say anything that will make his paymaster happy. But let's take a listen from the man himself, Daniel Bwala.
This was the worst moment of President Bola Tinubu's political trajectory. Do you know why? President Bola Tinubu came at a time when the odds were against him. Even members of the Southwest, I was with him in the primaries and before the primaries. I know prominent figures in the Southwest who turned their back from him. Why? Because they were hearing that a Fulani man will give to another Fulani man. So they rally around Alhaji Abubakar. The Southeast, they were trying to find a place. Majority of them tried to align with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. The North Central, Peter Obi used dangerous rhetoric and deceived the church that he is going to take the country back to the church. And he got the number he could muster. You see this thing? This is going to be like I don't know how to describe it, but let me take you zone by zone. You see the Southeast, I guarantee you President Bola Tinubu is going to get more than 4 times, if not 6 times the value of the vote he got.
So
because all the governors
get 800,000 votes or 700,000 in the Southeast, that's what you're saying?
No, you will get up to 2 million. But let me tell you.
In the Southeast?
Yes.
Where will you get that?
Let me tell you why.
How many votes are there in the Southeast?
There are lots of votes.
Yeah, but the question is that if Peter Obi is not on the ballot.
No, Peter Obi will never, he's a director general in ADC.
Nonsense.
Anyway, I know I almost fell off the chair when Daniel Bwala said that he's going to get 2 million votes in the Southeast. And of course, the question was, where was he going to get the 2 million votes from? I almost fell off my chair now.
He said 2.5 million.
2.5 million votes.
He said 2.5 million votes from the Southeast. So, for me, that is a hallucination of the highest order. That is assuming that I was sitting with him, I would have bet with him if Peter Obi will get up to 50,000 votes from the Southeast. That's from all the 5 states in the Southeast. if Tinubu can get up to 50,000. Because just like Sheung asked him, where will the vote come from? So I don't see any right-thinking Igbo man voting for Tinubu. On what basis? On what basis will any, among every 12, that's a Judas? So some Igbos, they are Judas in Igbo land.
Are you talking about Chukwuma Soludo? Because Soludo still said recently that there's nothing that's going to stop him from being friends with Bola Tinubu. This friendship has been on for several years.
No, he said that he knew Bola Tinubu for the past 22 years. They have been friends.
Yes.
Understand me? And in 2023, he worked for Bola Tinubu as a governor of Anambra State. How many votes did he get? Understand me? So what happened in 2023 is going to happen in 2027. Even if Soludo wins, he cannot even deliver his own welfare, his own community to Tinubu. If he want to do it, they will stone him. So he's only sure of his own vote. Understand me?
Which is one.
He's only sure of his own vote. So Sheung asked him on the right question, where will the votes come from? Understand? Because Tinubu can never get up to 50,000 votes. Because as we say, Southeast as a whole has just one substantial minister, Dave Omahi. All the other ones are junior ministers. Anambra, Bianco Juku, junior minister. Abia, Uche Onyagacha, junior minister. All of them, Imo, junior minister. Understand me? So it's Southeast as a whole just have one substantial minister. Which federal government projects are going on in the East? None. So whoever votes for him, his DNA should be cross-examined. Something is wrong. Understand me?
Yeah, let's talk about Danny Bwala as a person. This is someone who has attacked APC before when he was in the camp of Atiku. How do you reconcile somebody who has done that against the same system, supporting the same system in 2025?
That shows you that he doesn't have integrity. His stomach controls his senses. Daniel Bwala's stomach controls his senses. This man says even if you give Tinubu 1,000 years, there will be no change. That's what Daniel Bwala said in the national television.
And now he's coming out to say this is the man?
So that shows that he has no integrity, he has no character. And this is the kind of a politician that spoils Nigerians' name. Because the international community is also watching. So, all of them are afraid of P2B. And that's why they want to stop P2B. Even the people that are owing P2B back to PDP is APC, not even PDP. Because Banda Mohammed and Atiku are not on the same page. In 2023, Banda Mohammed worked against Atiku. 2023, Banda Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi State, worked against Atiku. And he's one of those that is wooing P2B to come back to PDP. Understand? So to reduce the tsunami that ADC would do. All they want to do is to divide the votes, which will not happen. It is not going to happen. Understand? And what Nigerian people need is just a vote for this party. Because there's no way you continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. Understand me? So, sensible Nigerians will never vote for Tinubu in 2027.
Let's talk about his submission that P2B will not get the ticket for PDP, Labour Party, or even the ADC, that even the vice presidential ticket will not be available, that he will just be a campaign director. you see foresee this thing happening?
I say, who made him a prophet? Who made Daniel Bwala a prophet? He is just a court jester looking for what to eat. Understand me? When he saw that Atiku did not win overnight, he jumped over that to Tinubu. After saying a lot of things, demarketing Tinubu. So it is him, that's what is expected of him. And it surprises me that people believe him. And in 2027 now, if Tinubu is booted out of office, you will see him running back to Atiku or to P2B. No character, no integrity. Integrity and character doesn't mean anything to him. Just like Reno or Mokri. They are the same kind of people.
What does this say about the president when people who criticize them heavily and people who have questionable integrity are given such positions to speak on behalf of the government?
No, it's just because APC was founded on propaganda. And he has seen Daniel as a propaganda in chief. Understand?
Okay.
So when he was listing the eight advantages that Tinubu have over the other parties, he mentioned the forgiveness.
Okay, Tinubu forgives?
That's what Daniel Bwala says.
Do you think that Tinubu is a forgiver?
No, that's for appointing him into his cabinet.
That means he has forgiven him all things have passed away.
Understand
all
me.
things have become new.
Understand me. So he said that one of the attributes of Tinubu is that he forgives. Because after saying all those things, Tinubu still welcomed him. They met it was in France that they met first. Coming back, he was given an appointment. Maybe he must have gone there to lie down, prostrate, beg. Understand me? So he said that Tinubu forgives because Tinubu maybe officially forgave him. And it's not using him as a lying listen now.
Can Nigerians trust someone like Daniel Bola who changes sides whenever the tides shift?
Well, it depends on the people now, on Nigerians, because they say that a deceiver must always find people to deceive. So, a deceiver must always see people to deceive. So there are people like him who will believe him, who will trust him.
What are the chances of Peter Obi taking a look at the political divide in which he is one leg in Labour Party, ADC, and there's a PDP calling him to come back, which you said that is an orchestrated move by the APC?
As I said, there's an operation codenamed Stop It to Be at all costs. And that is what is going on now. Understand? So saying having one leg in Labour Party and the other one is a lie. Understand? In the afternoon on this program, I said that for the past 22 years, I've been supporting Man City. But I have a sympathy for Barcelona in Spain. So I like Barcelona to be carrying La Liga. That does not make me a Barcelona enthusiast. Just I have sympathy for them because that was Messi's team. And Messi is my person. So you can be in a platform, in an organization, and you have a sympathy for the other organization because you feel that what they are doing is okay. Peter Obi say that he's going to support any movement that will change Tinubu in 2027. Understand? Yes. And currently, the umbrella, the vehicle is ADC. So he said that he's in support of what ADC is doing. Understand? So as we speak, he has just one membership card of a party which is LP, where he contested in 2023. And mind you, in 2013, that's 2 years to 2015, Tinubu was in ACN. Understand?
Yes.
Buhari was in CPC. Others were in AMPP, then ABGA. So it was in 2014 that APC was born. But these people know how dangerous APC is, and they started doing their things early. So what ADC is doing now is cleaning their house, removing the viruses, the bacteria,
The weeds from the shaft.
understand me, so that by 2026, when things will be in full gear, understand, everything will now take a shape. So, and it is too early to decide who gets what. We cannot be talking of presidential candidates now 2 years to the election.
Is there a possibility that Peter Obi misses out on any of those political parties as a presidential candidate?
I'm not Peter Obi.
Is there any chance? Taking a look at the calculations, as a philosopher yourself.
I'm not Peter Obi.
As a philosopher, talk like a philosopher.
I am not Peter Obi, and it is still too early. Candidates emerges through primaries.
Yes. But with the way situations are shaping for these various political parties, does Peter Obi stand a chance of picking the presidential ticket?
Politics is not always discussed that's in the open.
Okay.
Understand me? Politics is not always discussed in the open.
Okay.
And I know that 2 days ago, I communicated with one of those who Peter Obi listens to, who advises Peter Obi.
The assurances that he's going to get the presidential ticket?
There's a lot that is going on which we shouldn't be revealing to the public. Because once people cannot attack what they don't know. Understand me? So that's why secrecy and silence is very, very important. Understand? There are things that is going on which a lot of people don't know. Understand? So by 2026, we know where everybody is.
Do you think Peter Obi still stands a chance of taking the presidential ticket out of any of these three political parties?
As we speak, Peter Obi is the most popular politician in the country.
Ahead of even Atiku Abubakar.
As we speak, Peter Obi is the most popular politician in the country.
Even ahead of the current president?
Peter Obi, do you know that opinion polls are being conducted?
And what does the opinion poll say?
I will not tell you.
That Peter Obi is the overwhelming favorite?
I will not tell you.
At least you said on this platform that hunger will speak against the president in 2027, that against the present administration. Are the hungry people talking about Peter Obi as their preferred choice?
I say hunger has mobilized over 70%
for Peter Obi
of Nigerians. Hunger has mobilized over 70% of Nigerians. What remains is for the coalition to do the remaining 30%.
Which is selecting the candidate that will answer to the hungry people?
Or the candidate that will be a representation of the frustration of the people. Period.
Does Atiku look like that
and
candidate?
Who fits that bill is Peter Obi.
So you just hit the nail on the head. The hungry people want Peter Obi as their presidential candidate in the 2027 elections.
So forget about all this noise. Things are being done. Yeah,
I think I like your position, your submission. And I hope the newspapers will have you quoted. Anyway, well, let's go to the next conversation. Because I know that Olasike doesn't like this position. He wants his card not to be let out of the bag ahead of the 2027 polls. But let's talk about this very critical situation where former lawmaker Dachong Bagos has condemned the federal government's appointment of Fuji musician Wasiu Meshal, popularly known as Kwanwan, as an ambassador for airport security protocols, calling it a wrong move that could encourage unruly passenger behavior. And of course, Bagos argued that such recognition following Kwanwan's recent controversial actions at the Abuja airport sent the wrong message and could inspire others to cause disruptions in hopes of gaining similar appointments. He also criticized the consideration of Ibom Air passenger Comfort Imanson for a similar ambassadorial role after she allegedly assaulted a flight attendant and confronted security agents, warning that rewarding such conduct risk normalizing bad behavior on aircraft. Douglas sarcastically suggested that at this rate, even criminals and violent offenders might be made ambassadors, stressing that the government should uphold the law rather than act based on sentiment. Douglas called for more public sensitization on aviation safety rules, such as why passengers must use flight mode or switch off devices during takeoff. He urged the federal government to review airport security screening procedures, particularly in light of Kwanwan's incident involving a liquid-filled bottle, and to prioritize public perception and justice in such appointments. Dr. Noski, what message is the federal government sending by appointing someone accused of breaching airport rules as a security ambassador?
That shows how unserious that the government in Nigeria is. Before, even if I've been saying that this is an era of impunity, because that is what is happening now. This is an era of impunity. So if they can appoint Kwamwan ambassador for his unruly behavior in the airport, they should also appoint Bello Turuji as ambassador of the Nigerian army. Understand? So,
at least he has surrendered. So maybe it's not time to forgive his sins.
No, they can appoint Bello Turuji as an ambassador of the Nigerian army. Because what Kwamwan did is what Bello Turuji did too. So they are sending a very wrong precedent. They are sending a very wrong precedent that this man is too big to go through the nego process. Because that what's the name? Comfort, whatever, Emerson, understand? The reason why they decided that to forgive him is just because of Kwamwan. Understand me? So that they will not be accused of selective justice. They know that they cannot start punishing that girl while this one has been let off the hook. So that is why they just said that she should also be forgiven. Now, that is what FEDA called government magic. Then Festus Kiyamo was now trying to unschool us, not school us, to unschool us, telling us that the ambassadorial position is a punishment. Understand? That is like community service. So we don't know what ambassadorial position is now. That it is a punishment. It is not funded. Understand?
Yeah, it's not a paid job.
When I say teacher, don't teach me nonsense. So Festus Kiyamo should not teach Nigerians nonsense. We know what happened. Understand? We know what happened. We know what they are trying to protect. Understand?
Yes.
This guy, anybody, a friend of the president, shouldn't go through court process. Understand me? That's exactly what happened. But it is a very bad precedent that they are taking. And power will not stay. And I want Nigerians to take note of this. Because highest in the next 6 years or 2 years, power will shift to a different geopolitical zone in the country. And not when that people do their own thing. Yorubas will begin to raise an alarm.
Okay.
Understand me? Because it's their own person now that they did this thing for. Power may go back to the north, to the east, or to anywhere. Understand? And those people also have their own people that should be treated as sacred cow. Because Nigerians always have short memories. Remember that North are now complaining of being discriminated against. marginalized against. Just 2 years out of office. And I know when power shifts and something happens, Yorubas who are now taking the other parts of the country as a bunch of idiots, as stupid, will start making noise. I thank God for social media. So the Lagos Ibadan press has been weakened. Even nobody again even believes in what a newspapers this thing say.
Okay, does Kwanwa's appointment reflect a failure to distinguish between celebrity influence, those who are close to the president and who are close to the circle, who are in power, and public responsibility?
This is just ethnicism. Understand me? It is ethnicism that is going on and nothing more. Understand? Even Abike Dabri, who have been demonizing people from the other parts of the country, is also posting to air is human. To air is human. But if it's an Igbo woman now, she'll become an ambassador of castigating the person. Nigerians are taking note. Nigerians are taking note. Understand me? And this thing is going to, what goes round comes round. That's how I will end it. What goes round comes round. This thing that Yorubas are doing now, somebody say we shouldn't call Yorubas, we should be calling Tinubu, but Tinubu is a Yoruba man.
This could be a one-off situation. At least one day President Olusegun Obasanjo, things were actually different, and we should not single out an entire ethnic group, because we've seen the same ethnic group in power for 8 years. And of course, we saw balance in terms of federal character, in terms of appointment. And now that Tinubu is coming, what is different between Tinubu and Obasanjo? Why is he not doing what Obasanjo actually did when he was president?
Obasanjo is a more Nigerian. Mind you, there was a publication that Tinubu made in the night, which said that he did not believe in one Nigeria.
So you think he's acting upon that belief?
So Obasanjo is more Nigerian. Understand me? And mind you, under Obasanjo, the IG of police was a Yoruba man, Bandogu.
Yes.
Understand me? See how he was dethroned and changed. An IG of police, Inspector General of Police, was a Yoruba man. Then the Minister of Interior, Sunday Afanabi, understand, under Obasanjo, was sacked and sent to prison. And the man died in prison under Olusegun Obasanjo. So this is somebody who believes in one Nigeria. Understand me? So he's different from Tinubu in so many different ways.
So that means we cannot generalize. That means there's something about Tinubu that's different from how an average Yoruba man thinks when he's in power.
I say Obasanjo is a more civilized person. That's my word.
Okay. So we can differentiate, definitely. Okay, taking a look at the federal government, are they setting a dangerous precedent by appearing to reward misconduct with titles?
That's what they have done. That is what they have done. So tomorrow another person may still do something and say, okay, I can be an ambassador of this. Understand me? I can be an ambassador of this, because they say, according to Festus M. Kiyamo, when you do bad, you become an ambassador of that. You begin to become that you cannot correct that thing. Even if you know the speech, if you had watched what's his name, Kwam reading that speech, you know that it was written for him. You know that it was written for him. Understand? he has apologized. And this is not that the first time he had been traveling that's by air. So he know the rules.
Yes.
He know the rules. Can he do this in Heathrow airport? Eh? Can he do this in John Kennedy airport? So this is a spirit of entitlement. My friend, my brother is the president. I can do anything and then get away with it. Even he said that that thing is water. What? It's not water. Understand? Even if he's suffering from dehydration, where from Abuja to Lagos is 1 hour, it's 55 minutes. Understand me? It's 55 minutes. Then he sleeps at least 4 hours. So if it's he cannot stay for 1 hour without drinking water, which means he doesn't sleep. Understand me?
Yes.
So that thing cannot be water. And he cannot do what Fenda did.
Are you talking about... Okay, let's look at what point does sentiment override common sense in federal government decision making?
One, it's not everything, because when even Festus Keyamo, I read his interview in and out. He was even saying that some high profile people called, some high profile people intervened. On that's what Festus Keyamo said. And we know those high profile people. So they were acting more on sentiment than on reality. What he did is condemn, is highly, he has apologized, although forced to apologize. Understand me? Forced to apologize, because that is not who he is. Understand? But now, saying, okay, forgiving him for me is okay. But where they spoil something is appointing him ambassador. Understand me? Where they spoil things is appointing him ambassador, which means you beat him with the left hand and now encourage him with the right hand. What does he know about airport safety? What does Kwam know about airport this thing? Safety. So for you to know that they are not deep thinkers.
Okay, there's even a talk about even rewarding Emerson. Is it because of the reward they've given Kwam down? The standard is now like...
They don't want to be accused of selective
double standard
justice. They don't want to be accused of success. So what is been happening to Emerson now is just because of Kwam. Understand? That is the only thing. Assuming that Kwam did not happen, that girl will be in Kirikiri in the next 3 months.
Okay, let's talk about the situation when it comes to universities in Nigeria, where the Federal Executive Council has approved a 7-year moratorium on establishing new federal tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Minister of Education, talking about Tunji Alausa, explained that this move aims to tackle duplication, improve the quality of education, and ensure better use of resources, noting that access to tertiary education is no longer the country's major challenge. Alausa highlighted that several federal universities operate far below capacity, with some having fewer than 2,000 students, and in extreme cases, staff numbers exceeding student enrollment. He warned that the proliferation of poorly subscribed institutions risk producing ill-prepared graduates, devaluing Nigerian degrees internationally, and worsening unemployment. The moratorium will allow the government to focus on upgrading facilities hiring qualified staff, and increasing the capacity of existing institutions. The ministry will also review guidelines for approving new private universities to ensure efficiency and prevent the unchecked growth of underperforming institutions. Dr. Anosike, is the moratorium on an admission that previous government expanded education recklessly?
For me, I'm not a fan of Tinubu government, but I agree on this. It is a very good decision to be taken, because if it's not taken, every big man in Nigeria will want to own a university. I know of many who are building universities now. Many people who are building private universities because they see it as a source of continuous pocket money for them and their family. So whether the quality of education is high or not, that doesn't make sense. If you want to know what is happening, just take a trip from Lagos to Ibadan to Gate. Check how many number of universities you will see, and how many number of students in that school. You'll be seen notify the secondary schools as a universities. So, and you see that there are funny names. Understand me? You see a Okeke University, Okafor University. Understand me? I'll be wondering. So for me, I want this decision to be implemented. Understand? Our problem is not a multiplication of universities, but funding of the universities. That's where this problem is. Funding of universities. If you go now, Nigeria is the so-called giant of Africa. But if you go 10 best universities in Africa, Nigeria is not among. 3 or 4 is in South Africa. Then Kenya, Uganda, even Uganda, which was supposed to be better off. Then Egypt.
Why did the federal government wait until institutions became under-enrolled and overstaffed before acting?
That shows you Adamu, the Minister of Education under Buhari, confessed that he did not know anything about education until he was appointed. That's the Minister of Education, Adamu, under Buhari, that he did not know anything about education until he was appointed Minister of Education. Then how can you give what you don't have? How can you give what you don't? So that's why the standard of education is falling. At my age, I'm supposed to have retired. But because the younger ones are not matching up, that's why we are still on the field. We're not supposed to be on the field at this age. Understand? But if you leave, there will be a vacuum.
Okay, does this ban on new universities signal a lack of faith in Nigerians' capacity to innovate in education?
For me, we are not bringing graduates who can compete with graduates from other parts of the country. Understand me? We are not breeding competitive students. Understand? Which is not good. And when an individual builds a university, his aim is profit, not the quality of education. That's why we are having unemployable graduates everywhere. Unemployable. That's you employ a graduate, you start teaching the person again. Understand? You employ a graduate, that you see a graduate, you think it is an intern. So if university is being funded, the standard of education will be high. Understand? Because the money that will be used for building of other universities, more universities, can be used in the funding of the existing ones. That's my position.
Can this government be taken seriously? Because we are in the month of August. We still hear information that they're still running the 2024 budget. That means the budget for the education sector is still running from 2024, and 2025 is kept aside. And of course, they are going to put a ban for a long period, and the president hopes to stay there for another 6 years. So can this government be taken seriously if a 7-year ban has been placed on creating more education, that if they have a plan of funding, they will be able to carry it out with this way the budget is being taken in terms of implementation?
That's why I'm telling you that my concern is implementation, not coming up with
bogus policies.
Bogus policies. Fraudulent people know how to draw proposals.
Yeah.
Understand? They know how to talk good, talk beautiful. Understand? Bring beautiful bills. But the problem lies on implementation. Just like the celebrated local government autonomy. Up to today, is anything going on there? No. So talking is cheap. Where the action is implementation. So they have said it. I'm in support of it. It's a good policy, which I hope, if implemented, will reverse the standard of education in the country, which is going down on a daily basis. Because at times, when a graduate in Nigeria says something, I'll ask myself, 20 years ago, we are graduates thinking this way. So you become highly disappointed because the quality of education is going down. There was a time that the whole Southeast had only University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Understand me? Then when you see graduates, you respect them. But now, Imo State alone has 6 tertiary institutions. 6 tertiary institutions in just a state. Then what are they doing? Now, ask somebody what's your name, he will go to Google. Understand?
So, any hope? Any hope that we're going to have an education system that Nigerians are going to be proud of?
That's if this ban is upheld and implemented, for me, there will be hope.
All right, I want to say thank you very much, Dr. Anosike. Though we could not have Chris Otaigwe join us from Sierra Leone, though regrettable, but I must say you've done excellently well.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Anosike. And of course, from the battle for political relevance to the standards we set in public service to the hard choices shaping our education system, these are not just isolated headlines. They are reflections of the values and priorities we choose as a nation. I am Jerry Apelihai, and this has been the Issues and Voice of the People television, where Nigeria's choices meet Nigeria's future. And of course, have a great one.